So apparently more news has come out per Dave Meltzer when it comes to this whole CM Punk Elite situation and Ace Steel as well and Colt Cabana deal. But mostly the altercation that took place after Punk's appearance on the media scrum. And apparently, according to Dave Meltzer and the latest Wrestling Observer Radio, there could, if not, are definitely going to be legal issues involved. And we all know, as fans that watch this on a daily basis, watch wrestling on a daily basis, we know that when you have stars, especially stars that are currently in top tier programs right now, going at it with each other, behind the scenes, that leads into which leads into legal manners, litigation, if you will, that leads into that just like I said in the previous video, that does not paint AEW in a good light. And if what Dave Meltzer is saying is true, and he probably is telling the truth in this case, since he knows all the parties very well, if you will, I wouldn't say personally, but very well, and by extension, he might be telling the truth in this case. If that is indeed the truth, then you know what I said at the end of the last video where I said any hope of that TV deal that Tony Khan wants for AEW next year going up in smoke? Well, if legal manners, litigation, and all that is being involved because of this, yeah, Tony Khan, you can pretty much kiss that nice little fat TV deal you're hoping for. Adios. In fact, Tony Khan, you can kiss, TNT and TBS goodbye. That's pretty much how bad this is getting. Now, hopefully, like I said, Tony Khan can address this very, very soon. He can grow a set, grow up, take charge, put his foot down, if you will, and let it be known to CM Punk, let it be known to Kenny Omega, Matt and Nick Jackson, Hangman Adam Page, Colt Cabana, Ace Steel, let it all be known that this kind of BS will not be tolerated. And like I said in the last video, what he needs to do is make sacrificial examples of this. He needs to make a decision on how to handle this, and by extension or association, he needs to make sacrificial examples. And what I mean by that is he needs to take someone like Brandon Cutler or Don Callis, who are very close and tight with the Elite, and basically fire them, let them out of the contract, release them from AEW, and then to counter that, to equal that up, take Ace Steel and not suspend him, but also fire him, from AEW, as an example to Punk that, hey, if I'm willing to take some of your two, closest companions that you associate with, that you hang out with, even after we're done and off the air, guess what? If I'm willing to let them go, to send a message to you that I'm done tolerating this shit, then what do you think I'll do to you? What do you think I'll do the next time something like this happens to you? So that's what he has to do. That's what he has to do, in my opinion. My honest opinion. That's what he needs to do. Because if not, this is not going to paint AEW in a better light than it is right now. And when you have the other side, known as WWE, talking about it, that makes it even worse. That makes it even worse because, again, it basically takes that nice fat little TV deal you want next year and blows it up in smoke, and you can kiss it goodbye, along with possible future on the Turner networks. So if I'm Tony Khan, I basically squash this as fast as I can. I squash it before it even hits courtrooms, whatever, Because that's eventually what it's going to go if there's legal issues involved. I squash it, and by doing so, I make a decision to either fine these guys X amount of dollars, probably enough to almost I wouldn't say break the bank, but enough to basically make them realize, oh man, now we got to watch every penny, that we have or that we make. I would maybe fine them that kind of amount of money to where even the families would be like, great, now because of your stupidity, you put us in a situation where we got to watch every penny. I would do it that way, as well as on top of that, I would basically, ladies and gentlemen, visually, right in front of CM Punk, right in front of the Elite, I would fire the closest compadres as an example of, hey, if I'm willing to let them go because of this, what do you think I'll do to you the next time something like this happens? What do you think I'm willing to do next? The next time you do something like this. That's what I would do. That's what I would do. So, yeah, it looks like legal matters, are afoot according to Dave Meltzer. And this goes any further than just, I guess an arrest, a warrant for an arrest, whatever, a subpoena, whatever the case may be. What's the word? What's that other thing too? What's that other legal thing about keeping a distance? Basically say you can't be within 100 feet of me or something like that. It could lead, it could lead to something like that. Whatever. If I'm Tony Khan, I do whatever I can to step up, show I have a set, grow up, tell these people I'm the boss, fine them for such amount of extra dollars that they have to watch every penny from now on that they earned, as well as on top of that, as I make an example by taking some of the close compadres and letting them go, and basically saying, hey, if I'm willing to do this to your closest friends, what do you think I'm willing to do next time you guys pull a stunt like this? That's what he needs to do, because right now, the last thing AEW needs, especially if they want that big fat TV deal, is to have their top tier stars fighting it out in court. Tony Khan, he needs to get a hold of this, and he needs to quell this right now. Let me know what your thoughts are, guys.